Good Monday morning. How is everybody doing? Thanks for joining me for another Monday morning fly tying adventure. We drank coffee, tie flies, chat about the weekend, see what's coming up. Yeah, we do this every Monday, rain or shine. It's just the only thing really dependent on is Wi-Fi connectivity, internet in general, and just general technology. Seems to be my only limitation. Normally it's just my imagination, but it slows me down sometimes. But burr, 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 we might actually be getting a little dab of snow today. So they say. Okay, it does say that we are live. Anyways, yeah, so how's everybody doing today? Good Monday morning. It is the 15th. Monday, yep, Monday the 15th. So, yeah, got the coffee brewed. I've been sipping on, speaking of coffee, I've been sipping on the coffee from Chicago. Um, the last batch was the Intellectual Curiosity. And man, that was some good stuff. And when that was used up, I switched over to my standard oldie. Well, it's saying now that there's no data. Hmm. And now it says excellent connection. I'm not 100% certain if I'm live streaming or not. Hmm. Uh-oh. And this is dead. Well, this will be interesting. So, like I was saying, in regards to technology, it can be a pain in the butt. So let me know in the chats if I'm live streaming. It says excellent connection, but this is not connected to the internet. We will unconnect and reconnect. It's about the only way I can confirm that I'm watching. Now it says that there's one viewer. I don't know. Let me know if you're if this is actually getting pushed through. Back my channel. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can see myself. All right. Well, I guess we'll leave that at that and just start tying some flies. And if you feel like saying hi, jump in, say hi in the chat. It's always appreciated. Smash that thumbs up button, click that subscribe, and all that jazz if you want, if you haven't already. We do this all the time, every week. I like doing this. Well, what a great way to start off a week than hitting the bench, tying some flies. I think it's good stuff. It's good for the mind, good for the soul. And what we do here on Monday mornings, um, I don't know exactly when this trend started, but at some point, these Monday mornings kind of evolved into a Tenkara ish style feel to it. And then on Wednesday nights, we do a live stream geared towards my Project Healing Waters program. And that's usually bigger bass flies and stuff like that. Um, and whatever comes off of my bench, I'll never claim it's the be all end all. But let's get something going. Um, Size 14 caddis hook sounds right about good. Good starting point. And I came across a little patch of hackle that we're going to tie in with today. So we'll see what comes out of that. Let's get a couple of these hooks out. Sometimes I forget the vise has pockets in it, so I can just put a hook or so down there. A hook or sew, not a hooker sew. Anyways, let's zoom in a little bit on that. All right. Go here and we'll zoom in a little bit. That sounds good. All right, let's stick it with just some standard. Oh, that's gel spun. Don't want to do gel spun. Let's go with this olive. I like olive bodies. We'll be using this Vivas 10-aught. Maybe we'll tie a few in this color and then see about maybe switching it up. It might be easier to see maybe with the black. Okay, see, that just absorbs all the light. Forgot about that. I'm always experimenting. We're always trying to come up with the next best thing, next best background. And we're just going to keep these super simple. Here's that patch of hackle that I came across. Not exactly 100% as to exactly what it is. Doesn't have a label, no label, but boy, it sure is pretty. Some sort of grizzly, I suppose. I'm not too keen on all the different flavors of hackle variety. We're going to get our hackle gauge out. And what's nice about being able to not having this attached to your vise is you can actually kind of measure things out before you pluck it off. These are actually pretty long fibers on this hackle. This might not be what we're looking for. Let's just grab one random one or two. Let's see what happens. Yeah, because when we put it up on the shank, it's just really long fibers. Well, we'll give it a try. Strip off that little butt section. You know what? I think I'm just going to tie it in by the back end. So we'll give that a little notch on either side. Give herself a little mini barb. Maybe not. I changed my mind again. We're going to tie it in by the tip. You know it's hackle time. Good morning, brother. Thank you for joining in, giving me a little boost of confidence here. I wasn't 100% certain that the live stream was actually live streaming. Alright, so we're going to call an audible and just get away from that hackle. I just don't think it's good for what we want to work with. Just seems a little too big, too dry. I got these other feathers here I want to try. Yeah, let's give this a try. He's got some color on it too. It's a pretty looking bird. Pretty bird. So we'll just get that out of the way. Clean that off, and then we'll tie this in by the tip as well. And that is the thing about tying our hackle in by the tip. It can be really, really, really sensitive, really fragile. All right, let's try that again. So I received an email from YouTube the other day, and it straight up said that my videos really don't fall into any of its algorithms. So for whatever reason, I don't know how or why, but it's basically, I'm reading that as YouTube's telling me I really don't exist. But I think I do. Kind of liking that. I like that a lot. And I'm just going to go just a simple thread body. Nice and tight. It's a 10-aught thread, so it's really, really thin, and you really got to work on it. Keeping it nice and flat, and then back here, I'm going to twist my thread clockwise. Right? I'm tightening it up. I'm just going to see if I can't give it a little texture. Maybe a little bumps in there might not be so bad. I don't know. And I'm going to leave it at that. No hackle or no collar. I'll do that again. There we go. Nice. Get that flare out. I think that's pretty darn good. I like that one. What do you think, brother? I think that's pretty clean. That's some okay coffee. Okay. Maybe I'll zoom in just a little more. Maybe not. I think I'm at a good. Getting like I could probably maybe just come in a little bit closer. Trying to get these micro adjustments. I like this hackle. I like the way that looks. I like that nice, clean, and simple olive. I need to get these guys out of here. I got flies are starting to pile up on the bench. It's been a long winter when you just have piles and piles of flies. Got small little groups of, so this was 2 weeks ago. Alright, but usually all these tenkara flies, they usually end up right into the fly box. I like that. I really, really do. Clean and simple. Free coffee from Speedway. All right. Gotta like a free cup of coffee. Can't go wrong with that. All right, let's do that again. I really like the olive. Okay, let's build a head up front. All right. This one looks a little beat up. Let's go with a different one. Pretty bird. Pretty hacklebird. Whenever I see birds, I see hackle. There was I just call them massacres when they happen in the backyard. Some critter got a hold of a cardinal, and there was some pretty messed up cardinal feathers kind of strewn about in the backyard. And you know, as much as I would love to tie with some cardinal, I would rather just leave those feathers be. And not risk any kind of cross contamination. And I don't got time for mucking around with feathers. I barely got enough time to tie flies. Carry on with life and messing around with feathers. So, you know what time it is. It's hackle time. So after the live stream, I get to call the VA and see about getting scheduled for my COVID-19 vaccine, which is great, which means I can start thinking about going out and about a little bit more. But it's not even going out a little bit more, it's just having a little bit more confidence for me when I do go out. I'm really not planning on, once I get my shots, just running out like nothing ever happened. I think that's just not smart. But rather, I think that's telling me this last one should be this last one. There we go. It's like just because you get your flu shot doesn't mean you go out and start licking doorknobs, right? Nice and clean front end. I like it. with this one, we'll see about maybe ramping up the body a little bit, keeping it still nice and flat and floss-like. I hear my stomach gurgling. That's some coffee doing its thing, I guess. I don't know if that ever comes through on the microphone or not. Here we go. Number 2. I think that's just the way it is. I love the subtleness of that hackle. Just add water, as they say. Yeah, I like that olive. Let's do a couple more in a couple of different colors, maybe. Let's find our maybe a white. Let's do one in a white body. And we'll see what happens. I bet you just with the white thread it just probably ghosts away. I also got that lime, kind of lime chartreuse. We'll see what happens with that too. And we're still sticking with the same Fly Life Co. Premium Fly Hooks R7 barbless size 14 caddis. Oh my. Alright. I also got just these nice little browns in there too. These are the ones I'm interested in. They give a nice little color pattern to it. That was a buy one get one. Look at that, 2 for the price of 1. That means we can just save that one for the next one. How about that? Start stripping off the fuzz. Then we'll grab the teep. Go ahead and just pinch it on the side. Then we'll tie it in. Boop, boop, boop. It's hackle time. So despite the snow coming down today, it's actually been kind of nice out the last few days. I got some bonfire time in, which is always a good time. I love having a good old bonfire. Something about it. Something draws me to the flame. Let's give this a try. Uh-oh, I gotta... Alright, well, something just came up, folks. I'm gonna have to... Hold on. I'm gonna put you all on a quick pause. Let me go to my standby screen. Alright, I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold tight. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Let's see here. How do I get that switched? Let's see here. Nope, that's that. And no more standing by to stand by. We are back from our quick run. Had a quick run upstairs. This is a working, we'll call it a working studio. As in, I do what I need to do down here while more work gets done elsewhere. Alright, we'll try this again. I like this feather. What I'm looking at is that whiteness. I like that color on there. We'll just strip it back. And then we'll grab our... You gotta be careful not to strip the fibers all the way off. Just want to pull them back. Work our way around. There you go. Usually it's just that first wrap. Once you got a bite on it, as they say in the knotting world, get a bite on it. Then it's easy sailing. Get a bite on the line. Man, how many times have I hollered that? Alright, let's get this hackled. Oh, there we go. This one's kind of laying a little flatter, but we'll see. Once we get the, you know what, I'm just going to send it. I'm just going to take that all the way. One more turn and that should be it. Oh. Alright, we'll see about locking that down. We'll just keep it with the simple white body. I like it. Here we go. I got this, it's called the Minnesota Fly Tool. Or it's the Fly Tool, made by, I think it's the Minnesota Fly Tool. Anyways, it's great for flare and deer hair. This is kind of the bass and trout size, and then there's an even bigger pike and muskie. I mean, that's, you know, some might say it's just a fancy pen cap, but man, it does wonderful things. Yeah, I like that hackle. Alright, let's do maybe one more. Let's see here. Let's go same hook. Here we go. We did the olive. Let's do this kind of old electric yellow chartreuse-ish. Alright, let's get our bobbin loaded. That's the one downside to this color, is it's one of the only ones that aren't loaded. Let's feed it right in, and there it is. right, I saw that. A little bit of my thread split. Got wrapped up around the eye. I'll just rip that one in half. The hackle is kind of dry. Just a little fragile. So we just have to be a little careful with it. All right. There we go. And it breaks. I don't know how much more we're going to be able to get done with this. One more try. I might have to switch plans. But I really like the look of this hackle. It's just so pretty. Just grab one. Just grab one. If nothing else, you get practice when things go sour, you get to do it twice. I got a swag shirt from the String Cheese Incident concert I worked at the Michigan State University Auditorium. And on the back of the shirt says, "We do it right because we do it twice." And I think it's because they had 2 shows, if I remember correctly. If not, it could be anybody's guess. Super excited. The lakes are starting to ice off. There's open water below the dam on the Mississippi. Still a thin layer of ice. I saw yesterday a thin layer of ice covering the whole river, just north of the dam, upriver. But below it, it's starting to open up. And now we can start watching the river levels change. Because not much happens on the gauge, on the monitor, during the winter. Even though there still is flow, the water still flows. It never stops. Let's flatten that out a little bit. Whenever you want your thread to go a little flatter like a floss, just spin it counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. I think I got a hackle stuck in there, but we'll get it. There we go. Finish our truce. That turned out pretty slick. Took us a few tries, but and how I think we got her. And that hackle's definitely bigger than the first one. But we'll get that right next to near the olive. So there's our chartreuse and our olives. Maybe we'll do a black one. How much time do we got? Where are we at for time? Good morning, Steve. Thanks for tuning in. One of the things I was thinking about is, this time of year everybody talks about daylight savings time and blah, blah, blah. Well, I was thinking about my nana, whatever you want to call it, non-observers of daylight savings time. My international audience that has no concept of this American crazy thing. We're going to spool up a black thread here real quick. Did that actually go in there? I don't know. Yes. Well, this morning we're keeping it simple. Let's go ahead and put the other one away. I always like, when I'm tying with a caddis hook, I always try to get the portion right behind the head, or get the head of the fly nice and level. There we go. enough, so we'll tie it in. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're going to go with a different one. It got stripped down. There we go. Here we go. Now we're tying flies with thread. I'm really digging this hackle. I'll tell you that for free. Always takes a couple of extra turns right behind the hackle just to make sure it sits how we want it. Clean that all up. We'll run the body back a little bit. My flashlight was directly behind, and the black on black was impossible to see through. Bada boom, bada bing. I like it. I'll add you to the collection. As they say, that'll fish. Uh-oh. Here we go. I think one more and they'll definitely have quorum. I like the black. I like the white. I like the olive. I like the chartreuse. I think we should do a purple. I think our last one will be a purple. I like purple. Purple flies catch fish. I'll tell you that for free. Alright, hook is in the vise. Let's swap the bobbins. How many bobbins do you have? How many spools are spooled and bobbined and ready to go? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 9 with the potential of 10 standing by. 11 if you count the mini spool. And the thing is no matter how many bobbins you have, you still end up having to change your thread and your spools just as often as anybody else for the most part. Although I guess if I just had one, this live stream would be a lot more just changing of spools. But fortunately for us, we don't have to do that often. I don't know, it's just like after a while, I think if you're a dedicated fly tyer, if you're committed to the art, the sport, it's just like multiple pairs of scissors, multiples of everything. Why do we need so much? I don't know. It's good to have options, I guess. I mean, multiple size here, but see the different tools. I don't know. It's just like, well, you got a socket wrench. It's like, well, that's not necessarily how that works. You know. And I found, multi-tools, let me know if you agree. Multi-tools are pretty good at multitasking. They're good for lots of little things, but they're never as good as what they should be. It's like if you need a pair of pliers, get a pair of pliers. If you need a knife, grab a knife. The multi-tool is great, and I think I found that the more accessories you try to throw into something, the less effective it becomes as a total. It's like a Swiss Army knife is great, but you get a Swiss Army knife with 1,000 functions to it. You get the world's largest Swiss Army knife. It really loses its overall intention, I think. That's why your average person doesn't drive a car that can fit 30 people in it. Well, of course they could fit 30 people in it, but you're not going to necessarily drive with 30 people. And I say Swiss Army knife. Of course, I got my own. With the toothpick and the tweezers. So proud of myself for not losing this. But then again, magnets help. I use a lot of magnets. Yeah, good old multi-tool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's always good. They're great to have, and I use them all the time. But more often than not, I find myself going to grab an actual screwdriver. But if it's the only thing you have, then that's what makes it so great. I watch some of these everyday carry videos. It's just like, do you really need to carry all that every day? I can see it sometimes carry, but I guess it's kind of like a gun. It's like, yeah, I have no problem carrying a gun, but do you need to carry it every day, everywhere? I don't know. Just because you can doesn't necessarily mean you should. And I think that's one of the rules that really people forget. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. It's like I was at a PetSmart picking up cat food or something at like first thing in the morning. It was like I think they opened at like 9 o'clock. Tuesday morning, And this is like way early on in the pandemic, and it was all about wearing masks. Everybody's talking about wearing masks, and it's like, you know, this guy could not be compelled to wear a mask, but he could basically half-ass conceal carry. It's like, well, the whole purpose of conceal and carry is the conceal. If I can see it, then you're not conceal and carry. And it's just like, well, so you're more worried about an armed incident or an incident where you're going to need a gun. I don't know. Deep thoughts. But the reality is all you can do, all you ever have is control of how you react to your environment. You can do nothing, or you can just carry on or say something if need be, but that is up to you. I like the purple. So we got a little meeting. We got kind of the chartreuse, the purple, the black, the white, and we got 2 olives. Yeah, and I think when it comes to, I'm reading the chats. When it comes to multi-tools, it's don't go cheap on it. Don't get the don't go off and get the cheapest multi-tool at the gas station, because your gas station multi-tool is, don't be too surprised, it's not going to be as rugged and as tough as a Gerber or a SOG or whatever brand you go with. But I don't know. I think we had a good time. We got some flies tied. Let me pop that off. It's backlight just a little bit too bright. Yeah, expecting some snow today. Who knows? It might hit us. It might not. The Amazon Alexa said 0.0 inches. What? Oh, the Kindle's talking to me. Anyways, but yeah, it's been fun. I like keeping it simple sometimes. I don't know. Today we just wanted to keep it simple, stupid. We'll add these to the Tenkara box. We got it labeled Tenkara, and we also, I'm finger covering it, but phone number. Always write your phone number on your fly boxes. After you get them fully loaded, that's when a fly box has its most value. Not only in just the flies themselves, but the time equity you got put into all of them. And we actually were out, my wife and I, and she had set her box down, retied a fly, and then we got up and walked away or whatever. It happens more often than not. I've set boxes down, and I was fortunate enough to realize it, maybe 5-10 steps away before it just disappeared. But fortunately, the fly box was returned. We got a phone call the next morning, and I met the couple and gave them a nice reward. They didn't want it, but I insisted they went and got coffee on me or breakfast or something, because they really didn't have any idea of the value of it. They just saw that it belonged to somebody, and they wanted to get it back to you. And yeah, it's just on with the sticker. Anybody could peel it off. It's not like you're writing a serial number on it. But I find that most often than not, if your stuff has a phone number on it, I don't know, at least there's a chance that somebody will call you on it. But we'll leave it at that. This Wednesday, what's Wednesday? Wednesday the 17th. Ooh, that's what, St. Patrick's Day? Maybe we should do something for St. Patty's Day. I don't know. We'll think of something. Yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please stay healthy. Please stay safe. Happy tying. Yeah, sure. You betcha. Tight lines. Peace.